When a woman pulls away, pull yourself away. Wait before you say, well, that's it then. You might want to continue watching because it benefits to know the psychology behind it. If you don't know, then you're doing it blindly. Knowing, on the other hand, gives you an edge. Human psychology is a powerful beast that exists in nature. This is why the sales and marketing industry is incredibly successful at getting you to buy their products and or services, because they have studied and analyzed how humans behave, interact, and react. The most successful people in life do not fight against nature because that is an uphill battle that will never be won. Instead, they learn to use it to their advantage. That's why books like The Art of War by Sun Tzu exists. Because humans follow a pattern. If you study that pattern, you gain an advantage of winning. In a game of poker, for example, the skill is not in counting cards, but in reading your opponent and outwitting them. The better you are at understanding human behavioral cues, the better your chances of winning the pot. The same is true for women. Know what drives women to attraction, and then you get the winning hand. So instead of saying, man, women are crazy, all you women make my eyes twitch, you're just making statements that get you absolutely nowhere. While you sit in the sidelines whining, the men who study women's psychology and behavior and utilizing it to their advantage are getting the women you want. So let's make ourselves this scenario. Imagine you and a woman have been talking for hours every day for a few weeks or maybe a few months. And then suddenly, the conversations became shorter and shorter, eventually ghosting you. Let's suppose you didn't say anything to hurt her, offend her, or creep her out. And let's also suppose she hasn't met someone else. Or heaven forbid, she got lost deep in the jungle, it was impossible to have a phone signal, and now she can't even DM you on social media. So what might be the reason for her disinterest? The law of supply and demand. This law states that the more there is of a supply, the less there is of a demand. Your comprehension capacity to take advantage of this principle will increase once you consider that all humans, and not just women, are subject to this law. How are all people subject to this law? You'll see in a moment. Beanie Babies was a plush toy phenomenon in the 1990s. Time Warner built his company in the idea of managing supply and demand by introducing variance and scarcity of some of the animals, like stopping the manufacturing of them. It was a frenzy. Adults began buying Beanie Babies with the hopes of reselling them for thousands of dollars on eBay, which had sold $500 million worth of these toys through auction. At the turn of the century, Beanie Babies were ubiquitous, meaning they were everywhere. Prices kept dropping until they were no longer in demand. According to the Scarcity Principle, things are more desirable when they're in a limited supply. Consider it this way. Your perceived value is how available you are or how scarce you are, and how you value yourself. Let's look at it from the price of goods. Price an item at a lower ticket, and it's considered lower value. Price that same item at a higher ticket, and suddenly it's gold standard. So how do you value yourself? In the early stages of attraction, your perceived value decreases the more available you become. It demonstrates that you don't have time for yourself and other activities, and that you have idolized her. Conversely, when attraction deepens into love, women are actually more attracted to you the more you spend more time with them. But that's for another time in another video. In the early phases of attraction, however, when a woman pulls away, you pull away. Use the law of scarcity to raise your value, but use this time to have a great time with yourself. You don't use the law of scarcity to exact revenge. Oh yeah, you don't want me? Let's see what happens when I leave your face. That type of behavior actually demonstrates how poor a person's sense of self is. It makes that person look petty. Because a person of high value is too busy adoring himself to feel the need to degrade others. This is how someone of great value would apply the law of scarcity. It's okay if she doesn't find me attractive. Because the ocean is filled with fish, I'm bound to catch one fish, 2 fish, 3 fish, 4 fish. No matter what, you're going to have a blast with or without her. This not only reflects your maturity, but also your strong appeal. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Sexy men have too much fun and are too busy to be angry. So go have a great time, because life has been calling your name and saying, enjoy me.